I have decided, I have, to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. No turning back. Yes, Lord. I'm an imperfect being trying to serve a perfect being in an imperfect world. As I pray for maturation and the maturity of the Most High God to not only to be inside of me, but bless me to be still and to know that He is God all by Himself. I'm a middle child. I had 4 in front of me and 3 behind me. I am a middle child, believe it or not, and for a long time I was the black sheep. Makes me tear up a little bit. For a long time I was the lost sheep. And then my dad fell ill with emphysema and congestive heart failure and signs of cancer. He had a swan catheter and he had oxygen tanks and tubings and dressings that I had to change and clean. I saw a healthy man, a viral, healthy older man just waste away. And I would get angry and say, Lord God, how come nobody don't help me? It was just me and my mom, and there were others that were in the cast, but sometimes the supporting cast is only you. I used to bawl and whine and cry to go from a 6-figure job to back to my hometown to the projects to take care of my dad in the same neighborhood that he had told me in order for you to come out of this poverty, you have to become a projectile and shoot yourself out of the barrel of poverty and pray you don't catch a projectile, while you're trying to do it. We had to battle and contend with poverty and penal colonies and police and punks and peddlers and pushers and pedophiles and prostitutes and projectiles and peddlers all in the neighborhood and potholes and in your heart and in your mind. I grew up in the inner city. I grew up in low-income housing, and I used to get so mad because it seemed like all we had was beans and meat once a week. And one time I got so mad, I went out on the back porch, and my dad came out and said, "This is the best you and your mom, your mom and I can do, but you can do better. So get your lesson and come on in the house and eat and stop being so mad. He's your stomach going because your eyes see it." I'll never forget that. So as my dad fell ill, it fell on me. I had to leave a 6-figure job, Washington, D.C., traveling, and I thought I was living, and then I had to understand my dad was dying. I had to go home and take care of him, and it was hard. It was hard. It was heartbreaking to get up in the morning and serve him coffee and try to work a little piece of job in my hometown. Everywhere I applied, I was overqualified or I just didn't fit the bill. To come home after 28 years and to take care of your dying father while serving our Father, and He got us through. I used to get mad at my sisters and brothers and relatives and loved ones because it seemed like it fell on me. And then one day I heard the Lord say, it's not that it didn't, they don't have the heart and the means to do it, but you have the means and the heart because I have supplied it to you. This is your lot. This is your journey. This is your mission of God. And most people would just throw them in a nursing home and forget about the loved one. Used to be, we would get a hospital bed or some type of ironclad bed and put it in the back room or the living room and take care of our parents. But now it seems everybody want to put their loved one in that warehouse of death called a non-nursing home. Nothing against a nursing home, but sometimes I believe in my heart and mind some of them are just warehouses of death as I leave this alone. I'm grateful unto God for blessing me to take care of my dad, and he died in my arms September the 16th, 2000. Started having a heart attack at 6:07 a.m. He was dead by 6:12. I touched his forehead and it was cold and his face was warm as I leave this alone. So don't complain what you have to do for your mama, dad. God has called you and you have decided to follow the Lord. Yes, Lord. I have to catch myself. You have decided to follow the orders of God. This is your mission from and of the Lord. So take care of your mom and of your daddy too, if the Lord called you to. Don't get mad at what somebody else is not or gonna do. Help me, Lord, as I leave this alone. You've called to nurse. You've called to be there. You've called to hospice. You've been called to hospitalize. You've been called to go on this journey and this mission of God. Your parents, they're not for rent, par rent. This is your par, and this is not a rent. This is your lease on life. So you go in there and you face this problem. You face your mom and dad. You face your mom and dad. You face your loved ones, and you do what you have to do. And God will see you through and bring you out on the other side. Don't complain. Don't grow weary in well doing. Don't complain what somebody else is not doing. This is your heart. This is meant for you. This is a tailor-made valley. This is a tailor-made mission of God for you. Don't just throw them in the nursing home and forget about them. Get some help between the good Lord and your mom. They brought you in this world. Mama's baby, daddy's maybe. The sperm and egg were there, but also sin, righteousness, life, and death. So this is your journey. This is your mission. Don't get angry. Suck it up. Take this challenge. That's your mom. That's your dad. Those are your parents. Our parents irritate us in their old age, and they might hold our hands for just a little while. But when they deceased and gone or dearly departed, they will hold our hearts forever. This is your mission. This is your journey. Don't think about just throwing them in the nursing home or in the back room and forgetting about them. Let the last few days they have on the earth, the last 2 decades, the last 2 minutes, 2 hours, whatever they may have. My dad died in my arms. I broke his ribs doing CPR. Heart attack started at 6:07. He was dead by 6:12. And I crossed his arms on his chest, and I sat and waited on the ambulance to come. And I took it because it was meant for me. God will never put more on you than you're able to bear. I see it all the time. God gives his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers. God bless you. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. No turning back. This is your mission of God. God bless you and God keep you. God bless your parents. God bless you. God bless your children. Peace.